In a few weeks, millions of Social Security recipients will finally receive their monthly payment in just a few days. Experts have confirmed that there are at least 5 tax breaks that Social Security recipients will qualify for, and this can mean thousands of dollars more in relief. Now, according to the Social Security Administration, September Social Security checks will start getting dispersed later this week, but only for one group. Everyone else will have to wait 2 or 4 weeks to get their payments. For those who receive SSDI, these payments will arrive on September 1st, when the first round of September checks goes out. If a payment doesn't arrive Friday, there is a reason why. The Social Security Administration disperses its checks in multiple rounds throughout the month, so yours could be coming at another time depending on your birthday. The checks sent out on September will be for people who are receiving Social Security before May. And now, income taxes don't go away just because you start collecting Social Security. You might still get stuck with a federal income tax bill on your benefits if you earn certain types of taxable income outside of Social Security payments. Taxable income for Social Security recipients includes wages, self-employment earnings, interest, and dividends. And according to the SSA, the good news is that the Internal Revenue only takes you on either 50% or 85% of your Social Security benefits, just depending on your income. If you do have to pay income taxes as a Social Security recipient, there are a number of tax breaks that you can take. First, there are tax credits for the elderly or the disabled to help reduce federal income tax you owe. To get the credit, you must be 65 or older. You must also qualify if your district gross income or the total non-taxable Social Security fall below certain limits. The credit itself ranges from $3,000 to $7,500. If you are still making contributions to this, these can be fully or partially tax deductible or to lower your district gross income. According to Yahoo News, Social Security recipients can stash up to $7,500 in pre-tax dollars to an IRA. If you started a business or took up an income producing hobby retirements, such as crafts or woodworking, you have to pay self-employment tax if your earnings are at a certain level. Some experts say that you can deduct income of the cost of your enterprise and might also have additional deductions if you're 65 years old. But deductions apply to all kinds of businesses, including advertising, supplies, home office, and cost. There's also a required minimum distribution donation for retirement accounts and withdrawals you must take when you reach a certain age. They're typically made at the end of the year if you reach the age at which you're supposed to take them out. Also, more than 3/4 of respondents in the US poll said Joe Biden was too old to be effective for re-elected president. Many people in the survey said the 80-year-old was too old and confused, but the Associated Press says that 77% want Joe Biden to run again and win again. More obstacles are now in the way for the Senate and House. The congressional lawmakers are raising the odds of a government shutdown happening in just a month. Republicans are demanding more provisions to be added to the bill before an agreement is reached. This could negatively affect millions of Americans, so continue watching this video. You don't want to quit on this. Now, Senate Republicans signaling that there are no mood back to bring conservative members of the House onto caucus. Senate Republicans stood firmly behind Kevin McCarthy earlier this year when he demanded spending cuts and other reforms in exchange for raising the nation's debt limit.
Well, it's been a productive first week back here on the Senate floor for nominations. Yesterday, I'm proud to say, we confirmed Gwyn Wilcox to a second term on the NLRB, the National Labor Relations Board. I'm happy she passed, just as she did 2 years ago, when she
guidance can now be found again through the Agency of Commerce.
Affecting more people than ever, and obviously this is an issue for Côte d'Ivoire. And so I would like to know from you, what is the largest impact of the Russians' war in Ukraine on the agricultural sector in the country, and what are some thoughts of yours to help to deal with any food insecurity?
Folks, did you know that you may be eligible to receive up to $1,000 from your state and city? And many of you are wondering how you can claim such additional financial assistance. Well, roughly 7 months have passed since the final enhanced monthly child tax credit payment was dispersed to families in the US. Now, since the checks ended, the number of children in poverty has increased from 12% to 17%. It has put 3.7 million children below the poverty line. Millions of parents welcomed these payments in the latter half of 2021 as they help provide financial relief during the crisis. This year, with inflation on the rise and a possible recession looming, several states are now planning to send families more money to lessen the impact. There's a new Republican Senate proposal that would send up to $350 per child and includes a work requirement. For now, it's up to the states to decide if they'll provide money in families to families in need. And so far, there are several states planning to enact a state child tax credit on offering deductions for households with children. Only one of those states is pending governor approval. Families in California who earn less than $25,000 are eligible for this $1,000 check as either a reduced state tax bill or refund. Those earning between $25,000 and $30,000 would receive a refunded reduced credit. The credit is only available for children under age 6, and also the family must qualify for the California Income Credit. Starting in January 2023, families in Colorado will get 5% to 30% of the federal credit for each qualifying child. The credit is only available for children under age 6. There is a deadline today that is for Connecticut families to sign up for a state tax rebate worth around $250 per child, but it appears certain that thousands of households will not claim their state checks of as much as $750. According to the state, more than 11,000 tax filers applied for the credit in a 24-hour period. State officials estimate that more than 300,000 Connecticut households meet the income requirements for $200,000 for couples and $100,000 for single parents. And nearly 60,000 families in Florida will receive $450 per child. Idaho families could also be eligible to get $205 for each of their qualifying dependent with Idaho's non-refundable child tax credit. Maryland is providing $500 refundable tax credits for each qualifying child under a bill pending approval by the governor. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy recently signed a $50 billion budget that would include a New Jersey Child Tax Credit Program. The fiscal year 2023 Appropriations Act makes use of a $7 billion budget surplus. And significantly, the budget also allocates funds of up to $500 per child under the age of 6. Families making under $30,000 will receive $500 per child. And now, folks, this tax credit is fully refundable. It means that you can receive the money even if you don't owe any New Jersey state taxes. That means even if you don't normally file taxes, you should be able to claim this fund.
Yes, ma'am. You want to look at it? I'm sure others would have comments, but let me point out that they say that we're reduced by $200 to $200 billion. Okay, our economy, that's about 0.8 to 1.2 of our nation's GDP every year. They're going to reduce that over 10 years. It is going to be less than a fraction of 0.04% of our 0.04%.
The progress we've collectively made for women workers at risk. There are three main reasons for this, as we all know. First, job loss. About 2.5 million women